I am done. I'm finally fucking done. Holy fuck, this took so long. Especially with me having D&D going on and me having to prepare for my campaign. But finally, this is fucking done and I got it out of the way. So, this has been the video I was hinting at, not the one of the back rooms. I'm gonna post that later. Possibly, hopefully, maybe. But this is basically, the drawing video, the one I was referencing on my second video before, the one where I had a storyline going on that's just been piling up in my head for about months now. I'd say months, and I had to do something. I had to make something. Like, it's an itch that I need to scratch that's just continuously there. But I finally got it done. Finally, and this is what we get. So basically, I don't know what name she's gonna have. She doesn't have a name. Doesn't have a name yet. Maybe I'll go back and I'll give her a name or something like that. But yeah, no name yet. Still though, this character, basically what the story is going to be is, you know, harem anime, like medieval romance harem anime, like princesses, shit like that. This is that, but flipped on his head with LGBTQ plus characters. I basically took harem anime, right, and I threw that in the garbage and I just wrote something based on that. So basically what's happening is she is the main character. This is the main character that you'll be seeing. Yes, wonderful that the main character doesn't have a name yet, but this is going to be the main character. And she's going to be basically isekai'd into this fantasy romance world. How she dies, by the way, she is going to die, is she's going to be run over by her crazy ex-boyfriend. So she broke up with her ex-boyfriend, and ever since then, he's been following her, stalking her, and eventually, finally, he just ends up killing her. He ends up running over with a truck. Truck-kun comes in and just plows through her by her crazy ex-boyfriend. Because we always get to see the truck, but never the person driving the truck. So, you know, just a little tidbit there. The reason why she ended up dumping him, though, is because she is asexual, like aro ace. That's the term. She is aro ace character. She's an aro ace character being imported into a isekai genre, like a romance isekai. And let me spoiler warning: she doesn't fall in love with anyone, because I'm not gonna do that, because like I have decency and I'm not going to just, you know, make an aro ace character fall in love with someone, because that's wrong, like genuinely wrong, and I hate that. So basically what I'm going to do, like, and she originally dated her ex-boyfriend because she was trying to convince herself that she was straight, like any other queer person has done in their lives before. Well, most queer people, because I am also queer and I have not done that, but you know, shit happens. But basically, like, she was going through the phase, the denial phase, like, I'm not queer, see, I have a boyfriend. That does not make you not queer, sister. And basically she found out and she realized that, oh, holy shit, I've basically gotten in a relationship with somebody that I don't love. And so basically she ends up dumping his ass. He gets salty, like, he asks why, and she's like, I don't love you, I'm Aries, not for me. And he's like, and he keeps messaging her like, come back. He keeps asking her to come back. He stalks her. He says, it's just a phase, you'll get over it. Like, he's very toxic person. Got into a relationship with the wrong person. And eventually he ends up killing her. And yeah, he eventually just runs her over with a truck. Like, he's just snaps, runs her over with a truck. And she gets imported into this fantasy world where it's romance. Except she's not attracted to any of the people there. And how the romance is going to play out is it's going to be a love triangle, right? Her and two other dudes with a rival. Actually, no. Love square, because there's a rival. She has a rival, like, in every harem anime plotline. Like, of course the rival is blonde, and of course she's snooty. I'll probably get, if I ever do draw her, because spoiler warning, she's my second favorite character. Besides, she's one of my favorite characters, the rival. I love her. I love her so much. She has so much going on that I'll probably, if I ever do one of these types of videos, I'll probably mention her, which I'm probably going to be drawing her once I get over because this took so long. So yeah, she has a rival. She has a love rival. And then she has two of her men who are quote unquote in love with her. And basically, what I thought of for this love triangle, you know the two men who are in love with her? You know how everyone ships those two people together and not with the protagonist? This is basically just that, but canon. So they, like, basically what happens is that, like, the two men don't like her, they like each other, and she's just on the sidelines. She's the third wheel. Like, she's supposed to be the main one. She's supposed to be the first one that's getting in love and doing all this shit. She's the third wheel. She's just sitting, she's the person who, like, she's the friend who gets invited over on a basically date between the two, but they're trying to disguise it as an outing, like a friendly outing. So they just invite her. And she just sits there watching them flirt while eating her meal and does not give a single fuck. Like, she sees that the two of them are in love with each other, and she just does not care. Like, she is tired. She is done with this bullshit. She wants to go home. So basically with that, she's the tired one in the group. And so the two, the two love rivals end up getting with each other. And then you might be wondering what happens to, the rival. Nothing happens to her. She's fine. Or, I'll actually, you know what? Sorry, not she, they. They are fine. And it's not because they go by they, them pronouns. I'm just leaving it a mystery. So they're fine. They're doing whatever they are doing. You know, they're off doing stuff. I can't reveal it now because that's just not fun, and I like to torture you all into thinking, into just leaving it a mystery. I'll eventually reveal it if I do another one of these videos, but yeah. So basically, she gets imported into this isekai world, and when I was originally going to do, like a sleeping outfit, because she wakes up and she's, like, in this sleeping outfit. It's basically medieval era, so, like, you know, Victorian era. That's kind of what inspired me for her outfit. And she's in this sleeping garment, I was going to make that an outfit, but this kind of took a long time, and this kind of took, like, weeks, so, like, I decided not to do that. Like, to let myself off easy. I might do an extra video if I feel like it, which might as feel like it, but you know what? Fuck it. I'll decide that later, like I usually do with things. And so basically, like, you know how in Victorian era, like, they have this poofy dresses, like, there's so many fucking layers, and, like, I tell you, if I ever went there, I would cry at how many layers they are. Basically, what this woman does when, like, she's trying to get dressed, she says, fuck the layers, puts on some pants, puts on a shirt under, like, the top, puts on a corset, you know, and puts on, like, a dress. You'll see the dress later, right? You'll see the dress later once I'm done with the mood board. Or, I think it's called a mood board. Not sure, don't know, don't care. But yeah, once I'm done with the inspiration board, you'll see the outline of the dress, and you'll get what I'm saying. And basically, her dress is like, when she comes to her parents, like, or quote-unquote parents, they're like, what are you wearing? That's not how a princess should dress. And motherfucker is over here, like, okay, and just goes about her business. Like, she just wants to find a way home. My sister is homesick. Like, I don't know if she'll, like, in the future story, it'll end with her going home. I haven't quite decided that yet. I just thought of the characters and just couldn't get them out of my mind. So, yeah, have fun dealing with this mess of a storyline. Usually I would plan an ending, but I just didn't feel like it. So yeah, she just goes about their day, and eventually two rivals fall in love. I know that much. Um, Love rival is going like, and the rival is just going to do whatever they do, going to ride off into the sunset. And she don't know what she's gonna do. She's just gonna like, I'll plan it out eventually. If I ever make more of these videos, I'll probably finish that out. I didn't actually plan for an end. I just, But so design, since I'm now drawing her thing now. I'm drawing her dress. What went into the design process, which is what I've been planning to talk about, but I haven't gotten to yet. What I was thinking for design wise, I was thinking of giving her a main corset, like an open top, like where you can see her chest, but it's covered. Obviously, it's covered by like a shirt, since she's probably like 20 or something. I'm thinking like she is really young. She has like pants. Like you'll see. Like I can't describe the type of dress, but like how do you just like it's very frilly. It's very open. It's very airy. And she has pants under that, and then like I don't know what the type of boots she's wearing are called, but it's like very medieval era combat boots type esque shit. And then she has like poofy sleeves, obviously, and she has like lace, and she has gloves with a little um, bracelet. Bracelet, that's what it's called. And then she has like her little crown tiara with a bun, with her hair up in a bun. So, and then is there anything else? No, there isn't anything else. Except she does have a heart pin pinning her top together. And what I wanted to go with her design is I wanted to make it very heart themed. Because in her kingdom, there comes a time, like, for rulers where they basically choose a lover from other kingdoms. Basically, soulmates, it's like, and like her whole kingdom is based about love and finding love. So she's gonna have very heart-shaped objects, which is in contrast to what she's actually like, where she just doesn't tolerate it. Not into love, not into romance. It's basically irony, and it's irony in its finest form. So she has a lot of heart-shaped objects. Like the bracelet she wears is heart-shaped. The little bows on her combat boots, heart-shaped. Well, not heart-shaped, but like the little pin holding them together is heart-shaped. And then the thing that's holding her top together is heart-shaped. And her crown has a little heart in it. Like, I wanted to push this heart-shaped theme. Oh, she also has hearts, like, as pupils. So just, which it was a bit hard to do for the hearts as pupils, since, like, how do you give a dead-eyed, tired look with hearts in your eyes? Like, essentially. I did find a good way to do it, which I'm very impressed, because I fucking hate eyes. Like, I want to punch them. I want to soccer punch eyes. Like, I'm bad with faces. I'm decent with hair. I can deal with hair. But, like, facial features? Ugh. I hate them. Honestly, it sucks. But, yeah, she has, like, little bun with tiara. A lot of heart-shaped objects, which is, to kind of push that theme forward. And then, anything else? I've lost my train of thought. And I was also thinking, like, so light, airy look, and I'm thinking for like the other rivals, or the love rivals and the rival. I'm thinking of giving them like standard Victorian medieval era looks, that type of shit. While she's like, I haven't, like, basically the odd one out. I'm thinking of giving the rival very poofy, layered dress, and the other two love rivals, like, armor. Like, I'm thinking of giving the main romantic headstrong one, like basically an armored look. He's a knight, a royal, like a royal. He's the knightly prince. He's the romantic one, and I'm thinking he flirts with the her, but he isn't actually interested in her. For reasons I'll leave unknown. It'll be revealed later. And then the second prince, maybe, I'm not sure what his design is yet, but I'm thinking of making him jealous. He's jealous of the knight and the love. He's jealous of the knightly princes and the rivals' relationship, but he thinks it's because he's in love with the princess. Spoiler warning: he's not. He's in love with the knightly prince. He just doesn't want to admit he's gay. But yeah, for her parents, like, and I also, while going into this, like, I had to think of like her parents' relationship with like men falling in love with men, and because I like to plan that shit out beforehand. And I'm thinking for the parents, they don't give a flying fuck who she falls in love with. As long as she marries one of the options, they're fine with it. Except she isn't going to marry one of the options, which I'm thinking is why the other options are there for her to marry. Like, they're there because they're the options that she has to marry. And I'm not sure about the love rival though. I'm not sure. Oh, idea. There are 4 nations in every ceremony, and every like coming of age. Once their child comes to age, they basically go on this love retreat, and they eventually fall in love with each other. They sort it out themselves for like alliance purposes. It's basically an agreement for between all 4 nations. And each one of them comes from one of those 4 nations, which is why there's another girl there, and 2 men, basically for them to fall in love, etc., etc. So it isn't like her visiting these palaces. She generally has to live and interact with these people and become friends with them, which she will do. She will become friends with each one of them. Not lovers, just friends. Also, on an intentional side note, now that we're getting to the... No, we aren't getting... Okay, never mind. But yeah, she'll eventually becomes friends with them. Unexpected shit happens, but like she has to live with them, and I think it's just there to make the plot more juicy and more interactions between our 4 main cast members, because like it isn't really a love story if you're miles apart. Well, it can be, like, depending on the setting, but for this setting, it's more interesting if they're like in like living in one household together. So I'm also thinking and like for color schemes, like I wanted to make her like a very cool color scheme, like greens and blacks and whites, like no vibrant colors to kind of give her that cool feel. Like like, you know how like what's it called? You know, hot and cool colors, basically, like red, orange, yellow, and then are the hot colors, and blue, green, and purple are the cool colors. I wanted to have her to have like a bit lively, like bordering the hot colors, but like still a cool color scheme, like very dull like colors. So when dealing with the browns, I had to make them more mute. But like I wanted her to give her off an air of chill, and not a fucking ire, but an air of chillness, which also factored into the shape of her eyes. I wanted to make them, essentially, like, dull, like, very dull, like, tired looking. She has a tired looking expression, because I don't want her, because the problem with isekai protagonists is they all look the fucking same. And I wanted to kind of, like, she looks very bland, but she still is recognizable. Like if you put her up of a bunch, like you can still recognize her. And I wanted to convey that in her eyes, which is also part of the reason why I gave her heart-shaped eyes. Like again for that heart like scheme, but also because of the to differentiate her. I also give her very tired looking eyes. I gave her eye bags. I gave her like half lit, like her eyes are half lidded, which I'm very proud of because I have such a like I already mentioned this before, but like I have such a problem drawing eyes, which I had to get a lot of reference for, like a whole different entire reference sheet. But like I did it, which is the important part. It works. It works. Not the better. Probably it could have been better, honestly, but I did it. I'm like, and the main problem I had with the eyes, is that like I wanted to have heart shaped pupils, but like it made her look too like oh my god I'm so in love because you know how protagonists like when they like are basically turned on by another person like their eyes turn into hearts. I wanted to like avoid that all entirely. Like I wanted like the perfect blend between tired and her having hearts in her eyes, basically, which I managed to do. I also for her eyes, like I avoided giving her highlights. You know how like eyes usually have highlights, like whites in their eyes. Like she does have like sclera. I think it's called sclera. She doesn't have like highlights. Like I avoided putting highlights in her sclera just to kind of give off that dead, tired look. Which I think worked in tandem with the heart shaped and the bags. Also, I'm very glad I decided to give her eye bags because I think that's probably the only reason why the tired look works because she has eye bags and it just accentuates her tired expression. Um, Also, I was originally like when it eventually comes up, um, like you can see me giving her like or trying to give her purple like under like over like in between the space between the eyebrow and the eye, like the eyebrow in between the space of the eyebrow and the eyelid. That doesn't work. It looks like it ended up looking like makeup, so I just trashed that and just gave her purple under the eyes, like only. Oh, and here we're back to the coloring now. For the coloring, I didn't intend it. I did not intend it, but I accidentally gave her the Arrow Ace color scheme, like the green, the whites and grays, and then brown is what really differentiates this. But like if the brown was a black, she'd basically be the Arrow Ace flag, and I did not intend that. Like, but it kind of works, so I'm not really gonna complain. Um, Still though, like I liked the here you can see the floofy dress. This is what I like intended when I was like airy kind of like curly. I think the word is curly dress. Like and it was so hard to get the curls down. Like I just I have a problem with wavy. I think that's it. Wavy. Like I wanted to do this wavy dress and like it just was so fucking hard. I have a problem with waves, but eventually, thanks to my reference, which this is why it's good to keep reference in. Like it's always good to have reference. That sorts itself out. Like I was able to get the curls down enough and like able to get the shadows in the correct places, which was nice. So I was able to do that. And here you can also see the open top, which I was talking about, that's held together by a little heart-shaped pin and her poofy sleeves. Originally, I think I was going to give her wavy fabric at the end of them, like I did with the dress, but I ended up scrapping that because it looked horrific, so I didn't end up doing that. I also ended up changing the heart pin this color because I didn't like it, and like it was better as a darker color. Yep, I think this is where yep, that's where I changed it. So right now I'm just doing the coloring, which I liked how it turned out. Like, right now it kind of looks a bit bland, but that kind of was the point. Like, if this was like an anime show, like, I wanted to make the designs simple so it's easier to animate. Like, animation friendly, which I kind of did. Like, I ended up giving a bit more detail than I would have liked, but, like, it works, right? It gets a bit more complicated when I add textures to it. But, yeah. And here's me doing the hair, which you can now see. I want to have like bangs in the front, and like the behind just basically curls up into the bun, as shown like in my reference on the side. That's literally the only one on that side. Like on the right side, my reference on the right side, which is why I pulled up images of messy buns. God, I hate messy buns. Well, not because they're messy buns, but like it just for some reason, whenever I think of a messy bun, my mind immediately delves into Wattpad, and I just don't, it's a place I don't want to be. But yeah, I wanted to have her, like, obviously the maids dressed up her hair, so, like, it isn't, like, a truly messy bun. It still has that formal look to it, but, a bit sloppy. It's not what it isn't normal formal attire, basically. Essentially, that's what it is. But yeah, like, I wanted to make her design animation friendly because, like, I wanted to give the feel that this could actually be, in an animation. It could be in an anime, which is, like, what's its intended purposes. It's a comedy anime, basically. Romance comedy, essentially. And we never see, and another, by the way, never mind, my train of thought just completely fell off the roof. But yeah, I got simple design, simple color scheme. It ends up being more complex than I would have liked, but that's fine. Like, usually I go for all the complexities. Like, I like making my designs very detailed. I like making them, like, cluttered, but not too cluttered. That's kind of just my style because I know I'll never be drawing them again. But with this, I kind of wanted to make it simple. Like, not only to just kind of test myself and, like, to see how simple I can make it without making it bland, but to also, like, what I mentioned before in making it, animation friendly, because the more complex it is, the longer it'll take to animate it, which I think is pretty obvious. But yeah, also with the little crown, tiara, fucking ara. I wanted to originally I was gonna color it in black, like when I was doing the outline, but it kind of mixed in with the hair, so I had to do a red color scheme. Not red color scheme, but like I had to outline it in red and then recolor, which is what I was gonna do anyways. But it makes it easier to kind of discern. So there's the heart. There you can see it. I'm honestly very proud of myself and how the hair turned out. I expected it to be a lot worse, which is wonderful. I liked I expected it to be a lot worse, but it actually turned out kind of decent. So honestly, I'm not gonna fucking complain. Thing I do have though is with the bangs and a little there is a little part in the bangs. You have three bangs facing right, curling to the right, and then you have one bang that's curling to the left, and it goes at open space, and it fucking annoys me. It annoys me so much. I hate it. I hate it. But other than that, I do like how the tiara turned out. I love how the little heart in the middle looks like an actual fucking jewel. I liked how that turned out. I'm actually proud of that. It makes me so fucking happy. Oh, and here comes the getting details on the corset. Honestly, not the fucking corset at the top. The top gave me so much fucking problems. It took so long to get all the material details in, and then like figure out the right opacity to set them at, so it looks like an actual detailed top. Because like I tried like all of the detail, like the fabric details in IBS is paint thing, like its library, make it look rough, and this is supposed to be kind of silk. Like it's supposed to be very like silky smooth, not very like rough. Because I feel like because I want to make a distinction between lower class and royals. Like I want to make her look like a royal, but still not have that air of royalty. So I gave her like which is, but eventually I found this flower pattern that honestly I fucking love. It gives that touch that like was missing, and I honestly love that. I also added a layer above that. Like I don't know the names of it. I probably should have looked at it before I came like and started dubbing over this, but like I also added a lighter texture on top to kind of like make it lighter, and I honestly loved what I did there. And now here's me doing the gloves. Oh god. The gloves also give me such a problem because it's not the material of the main dress, and it's not the material of the undershirt and underpants. Pants, sorry about that. But so I kind of had to mix and match the materials. Like I took some from the dress, but I also took some from the undershirt. So I had to kind of like it was a like a blend between the two, which I think it could have been better. Like I could have done it better, but like I it's it's good enough. It matches. It's good enough. It makes it look royalty-esque. So I'm not gonna complain. And then I had to do the corset, which it was a bit hard to get materials for the corset. I eventually settled on a cork, like a cork texture, a cork texture, like a cork board texture for it, with another texture layered on top or below it. I'm not sure. I don't really remember what it was called, but yeah, I eventually settled on that. And for the little pins, or not pins, but like the kind of things that hold it together, I did the metal textures for what I did with the tiara and the little bracelet. So that turned out good. And here is me having to do like I had a material for a texture for the little straps that hold her little combat boots together, but it was blue and it didn't mesh well, so I had to recolor it into a more brown color, which eventually worked, thankfully, and it actually looked really good, so I just settled with that. And I also did like I like how the dress turned out, and like I like the like if I haven't expressed it already, I really like the texture for the dress. It turned out fucking fan goddamn tastic. Like I love the fucking floral print. It looked so fucking good. Ah, like it's light, but it's not too light, and it's dark, but it's not too dark, and it has like it just basically gives that air of royalty, which I love. Like I like one thing I love about making designs is matching the textures to the correspondent um like if you have like a jumpsuit on, I like matching the texture, and like you have like a belt in between them, I like matching the texture so you can see what is attached and what is not. Like I like doing that. But yeah, eventually I got it done. But and then like after that I wanted to do like a little thing on the side with all the colors that I used, because like you know how, because if I did want to draw the character again, I can like I basically don't have to I don't have to hide the textures I put on the dress and pick it out from that. I can just like take that little doomajig, like the little what's it called? Color palette. Color palette, and just use that for like, if I wanted to draw this character again. Probably not, since this took so fucking long. But yeah. Still though, eventually once I got the color palette done, I I added little earrings, little heart-shaped earrings, because I just felt like with royalty, she should have had earrings. It gives more jewelry. So, like, you know. It also adds a little extra detail. And, like, her ears were plain, and I didn't fucking like that. I hate her ears were so plain, and I had to fix that with earrings. And now I'm making a second moon board for the eyes. As you can see, like, very tired, half-lidded eyes. I think, yeah, okay. And basically, I'm just not really much to say here other than I'm just getting ID, like, sitting up on eye mood board. Hmm. Going on to the face though, the thing I had the most trouble with was the mouth. Like, I'm not, like, again, I'm horrible with faces, and the mouth gave me so much trouble, and also positioning the eyes to look like they were actually on her face, and like they were like she had a proper face, which was also fucking hard. But I found it. And here's the problem that I was talking about: finding a good like in between the heart-shaped pupils and a tired look, which eventually sorted itself out, which came in the detail of the eye bags. The eye bags really brought it in, which was amazing. But eventually, you can see the design process, like me testing out different eye bags and seeing which one worked. And eventually, I settled on the one on the right, which I just basically duplicated and switched over to the other side. But the mouth gave me a lot of problems. Like it was like hard to shape, and just like eventually it took a bit, but eventually I got it down. And another thing I wanted to add is I tried to like fit her eye color with the color scheme of her outfit to like so not only does her like face pop, but you can kind of like but it also matches her outfit. It isn't like out and there and wild. Um, I also it's also so I didn't have to add more shit to the color palette, which I also succeeded in doing. And since there was enough variance of green, it ended up like being wonderful. It ended up being perfect, which I liked. Um, but anyways, I think that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I might make more of these, might post another thing. Sorry it took so long though. Anyway, like I got caught up in stuff, and I had a lot of things to do and little time to do them. So this kind of got put in the back burner, but eventually, as you can see here, I got it fucking done. So I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I know I usually don't say this because I usually don't have enough time. But have a wonderful day. Bye!